This playthrough is rated T for teen.
What makes a man into a monkey? Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal. In the last episode, we were tasked with saving our hometown and finding Quark. Well, we didn't know it was Quark at the time, but now it is. Alright, so now we're going to try to get the skill point for this. So we have to basically go through this whole area without taking any damage. And, alright, and then to get the, let's see. I thought it was after the first, let me double check my notes here. Okay, there should be a, I think I have to bypass this part first. There it is, okay. There's the one Titan bolt I missed last time I was here. Alright, so we got that one. And then we're trying to get the skill point for it, which is don't get touched by, don't get hurt or touched by anything, so. Actually, I think, let me double check on the skill point. Let me see if I can look it up really quick. Let's see, skill point. Stay squeaky clean, which is basically avoid everything. It might be, I probably can't kill anything, actually, if I remember correctly. I'll have to look that up again. Oops, well, I'd have to do it over again anyway, because I died, so. Alright, let me reset it really quick, and I'll be right back. Alright, let's try that again. It's without a hit, so I can collect stuff, it's just I can't get hit during the whole thing. So let's try that again. Yeah, I can take out people, I just can't get smacked. That's all. As far as I'm aware, really the only difficult part about this is the really the fire pits is really the one you have to worry about. The rest of it isn't so bad. And hopefully my analog stick doesn't fludge up and I have to do it over again. And making sure to finish off guys like in the background so I don't. Ah, alright. Oh, it looks like that one in the middle doesn't go. Huh. Oh. It does, eventually. Alright, fine, I'll do it again. Hold on a second. Actually, I just had to die and that resets the level, so. Let me see how many times this takes me to do this. Alright, let's try to get through this without losing a life. I don't know how many times it'll take. I'll basically just show you the one where I actually do it. Because that'd be kind of annoying to show me my multiple attempts at this. And it's weird, this isn't that hard of a skill point, but you know how I am at these platformers. Of course, age could be another factor on my skills being rusty. And it's either it's weird because it's usually the fire things that you really have to worry about. So. But sometimes I'll get hit by the bugs, or I'll get hit by a boomerang from one of these guys. Okay. And I'll just leap. Haha. Now we got an anti-attack upgrade. Better wait for him to get killed. Okay. Whee! Alright. Hey, we got the skill. God, that skill point just popped up out of nowhere. It's just like, you got it. Okay. Thanks. That was abrupt. Alright. Now I can teleport back, so. Alright, let's get out of here. Where is the ship? There it is. Yeah, it takes us right back there, so. Alright, let's head on to the spaceship now. There's actually quite a few skill points we can get. Starship Phoenix. There's a few skill points. Some of them we can't get right immediately. But. Now I just have to wait to get there, so. There's another, there's technically a skill point, another one we can get for this place, but it's based off something else instead, so. Yeah, I think you can get like 5. Let's see, let me check my notes here. 7. You can get 7 titanium bolts here, but some of them require you to do specific sections and all that, so. Alright, how big is this place? Decent size. Hey, Quark. Monkey man. Well, I'm gonna fill out the map anyway, because OCD. Yeah, there's a way to get infinite ammo here, by the way, so let's see.
This is our Gadgetron weapons vendor. Here you can try out new weapons in a VR simulation before you buy them.
Ooh. Alright, let's try out the VR weapon facility. So the infector, huh?
The infector fires nanovirus globules that infect enemies on contact. Infected enemies will attack and infect other enemies until the infection wears off.
Interesting mechanic. Yeah, new to this game, you can now test out go to VR training and test out how machines or how the weapons work.
Enemies hit by the infector will continue taking damage until the infection wears off. Hitting an enemy with multiple infector shots will make the infection last longer.
And if you do the VR stuff, it'll automatically fill up your weapons. So there's 2 items that won't work with. It's like the shield restoration. I forgot what it's called. There's basically 2 weapons in the game you can't get this free VR for. Yeah, we got the suck cannon. So I guess some weapons stick around. So. Yeah, I like the idea because basically you just use the enemy as the ammo instead of buying ammo. You can just use enemies for that, but it depends on the enemy. Because like bosses, for example, can't be sucked up by the machines, of course. Hey. There we go. I was like, it wasn't sucking anyone up. There you go. And it gives us a little bit of experience too. But unfortunately, I don't have the money to buy these, the infector or the suck cannon, so. And there's also a special employee discount if you have the, if you have stuff from Ratchet and Clank 1 and 2, you actually get a bonus. And I do, but I didn't want to leave them on the disc immediately, or on the memory card. I have them on a different memory card. Because for whatever reason, if you have the save file at the beginning of a playthrough of a new game, and it's on the same...
onboard Gadgetron armor vendor. We'll notify you whenever a new suit of armor is available for purchase.
And if you have it already on the memory card when you start a new game, you don't get certain discounts or bonuses for some weird reason. At least on this version I'm playing. So I'm gonna wait till I get to a certain part of the game, then move the files over from the other memory card onto it. Let's see what we got right now. We got the Magnaplate armor. A full-body personal armor system reinforced with an energy-absorbing alloy called Magnaplate. Gadgetron guarantees their new Magnaplate armor system reduced damage from enemy fire by a full 33%. Fortunately, it costs 10,000 bolts, so we won't do that right now.
Please take Quark to the cage in your quarters, and then meet me on the bridge.
Okay, but I want to meet you so badly. You're such a nerd like I am. I want to marry you. At least that's what Ratchet said anyway, so. Well, you know, when you find that one girl that has the same interests as you do, you know, you want to snatch her up, viewers. Don't let her go.
Welcome to the Phoenix Trophy Room. Whenever a crew member is awarded a Medal of Honor, it is displayed here.
Yeah, have to come back here later and check that out. Yeah, there's a VR, VR deck we can go to. That's where a lot of these.
This is the Phoenix VR deck. Here you can train in combat simulations or practice using new gadgets.
Now I said this is a way to get full ammo if you do it. So, okay. Fight Gadgetron Trust Dummies. So there's certain, if you complete some of the VR, certain of the events, you'll get a titanium bolt for them. So. And this one's almost... Yeah, let's do some of the VR stuff today. I don't know if we'll actually get to a planet. We'll see what happens, though. I do like the bomb here just because it absorbs everything into it and then explodes. Something very fun about that. Like almost like a neutron star or something like that. I'll have to swap out my... Yeah, nice, not too bad. Alright, I might have to swap out to a different weapon. Most of these aren't going to be super tough, at least the early ones anyway. Alright, complete the first one. Let's see, hold on a second, before I do any others. Let's see. The vibration is working on my controller, I thought I turned it off. Can I do that in this version of the game? Oh yeah, we can look up some of the movies of the game if you have trouble with some of the gameplay mechanics. Or the help log. But I'm not going to read through all those. I guess where you could turn off the vibration in this version of the game. Because
you need to take Quark to his cage before you can enter the bridge.
Yeah. Because I was also playtesting on the PS2 or the PS3 anniversary collection or whatever it was. For some bits, and okay. But yeah, and if you complete some of these, you can do them again, but you get less of a prize. But anyway, I was used to that, being able to turn off the vibration, but I guess the original PS2 version you can't. Don't look down. See, the first one was just, fight the dummies. Don't look down. Watch out for disappearing 4 panels while finding test dummies. Alright. And yeah, see how our ammo is back to normal. So yeah, anytime you do any of the... do any of the VR stuff, you automatically fill up your ammo. So yeah, I would just kind of, I mean, if you, now obviously some stuff isn't really that expensive when it comes to really filling up your ammo, but if you're really like reticent on spending money, you can just come here back to the ship, do a VR thing, and then quit, and then get your... Whoa. Might switch to that. Actually, let's switch to this. This gives us a pretty good chance for, since it's got a pretty decent range. I do like the idea of the whip, though. Just, I don't know, it's pretty cool. And you get a really good round range, so. Oops. Didn't mean to... There you go. Alright, what do we got now? Shocker and speed run. Shocker. Destroy all the test dummies using only the shock blaster. I think I call them test bunnies there for a second. And you can't even change out your weapon, you have to use the shocker. Oops. And we also have to avoid the Noid. I mean, they have to avoid the 4. Maybe I should be utilizing my ammo a bit better. Because I think you can't get any ammo from this. You have to use whatever you've got. Oh, we got it. Okay. Yeah, I forgot that it's only based off the ammo you got. So, let's see, wrench a beat down. We can do that. This will give us some extra bolts for buying weapons. So. Now the only problem is worrying about my HP going down because it might be hitting me with a blue fire or whatever. Actually, I could use the duck ability so I don't have to like get that close to him. Okay. Okay, really? Alright, they were hitting me with bombs. That's fine, that's fine. Of course, you can float on the floor, but I can't. But either way, it's not that hard. Okay, speed round. Destroy all the test dummies before times run out. Okay. Actually, I wonder if the whip will be faster. It might be. Oh, that was easy. I thought there would be more of them. Hot stepper. The 4 panels will leave and return as you fight the test dummies. Okay. Hot stepper, yeah. Hot stepper. I don't know. Up. Wow. Yeah, it definitely is hot. The floor is lava. Watch out for the lava floor. I mean, it just acts like the other floor area, except, you know, a little bit different, I guess. I was about to say, how many of these are there? Either way, I've got. So these guys aren't that difficult. I wonder if they're allowed to use these because they do look like crash test dummies. Aren't those technically copyrighted? Well, again, they look. Crash test dummies are humanoid-ish looking, so these guys aren't really humanoid per se. So I guess I can get away with it. I mean, I don't care either way. I'm just pointing it out. I mean, heck, the Red Cross copyrights their, like, the Red Cross, like, symbol. Like, you can't actually use that without their permission, so. Which is insanity, because you think the Red Cross is, like, free licensees or something like that. But no, it's not. I probably could just use the Nova Storm on the one that's far away, so. There you go. 90-second Slayer. Destroy even more dummies before times run out. Why not? I'll just keep using the plasma whip just because that's really effective. At least at the early stages, anyway. Because, yeah, it's got really good range. I mean, obviously, a missile launcher or something like that is initially better because, you know, the farther away from danger, you know. Or something like that. Well, crazy disappearing floors. That wasn't bad at all. Nerves of Titanium. Here's one of the ones that you get a titanium bolt if you win. So fight through the final VR battle and win a titanium bolt. So. This is always a easy titanium bolt. And then some of the skill points have to do with doing the VR training too, but not this specific one. But there are multiple different ones later on that you have to do. Well, I guess you don't have to do them. All the VR stuff is optional. You just do it for extra either experience or bolts or whatever. Oop. But, you know, I gotta be complete about this thing, so, you know, we got quite a few rounds to go through. Alright, bolt went up. It didn't even go through the animation, it just did it. I also gotta be careful because I don't have any... There's no healing in here, too, so... So whatever you damage you do or get done to, that's it, so... I'm just using different weapons to have a bit of a different... Get more experience. Yeah, forget I have this ready to go too. It's almost got experience. I believe, I'm trying to remember how many levels you get in this. I think it's like 8 or something like that. In terms of the different levels for your weapons. I think it's 8. I'm probably not remembering properly. Yeah, how come this one shows the animation for leveling up, but it didn't show off the plasma? It's probably because I was using it as a weapon, so it didn't have it. I probably accidentally skipped over the animation of it or something like that. But yeah, these are good places to also get your experience for your weapons if you're behind. Because yeah, you're gonna be taking a while to go through all the weapons in the game to get all your experience. I'm just gonna shoot you from afar. Yep, stay away, man. Stay away from me, man. At least we're getting some nanotech level up, so we get healed a little bit. The only other way to get healing from some of these. Stay away from me, man. Stay away. Almost done. I was hoping to get at least a level for this before we finish this. Ow. Of course, we're almost done, so. Yeah, not quite a level 2, but. And there it is. Yeah, we know about those. Thank you. Alright, looks like we're done for now, so, okay. Yeah, let's go. Let's do the plot now.
These are your quarters. I set up the VG9000 to play vid comic discs.
How do you think he got like this? Well, the life of an intergalactic superhero can be very stressful. Yeah. Anyway, you're telling me this nutcase is our only hope for stopping Nefarious? We're hosed.
Oh, and to get the titanium builds for this place, there's those comics she mentioned you have to play. You have to find the comics and then play through them. Oh yeah, if we can hit the Scrunch the Monkey with our wrench. Although, this probably isn't the best place to do it. Yeah, the funny thing, we can just kind of walk through that. If we find Scrunch the Monkey throughout the ship, we have to hit him with our wrench. I don't think... I don't think you can do it with the this function. I think you have to actually hit him with the actual wrench by not using the yeah, well, let me do that. Okay, we'll find him over the ship eventually.
This is the VG9000 game system. If you have a vid comic, you could play it here.
Well, we haven't found any yet, so we will find them eventually over the course of the game. There's 5 of them, I believe. And that's where you get all your titanium bolts. You find them by playing those games. So, all right, let's go back to the bridge.
Great. Meet me on the bridge.
And the other one of the skill points is buying. See, the skill points are hitting the monkey with the wrench, and then buying the certain armor set here. So it'll be a while till we can get the skill points for this place. And then the titanium bolts are getting the vid comics and play through them and finding them through the vid comics when you play them. So that one's one we'll have to just go through eventually to get.
Press triangle to interrupt these messages. You could disable help messages in the options menu.
Nah, that's fine. I don't mind it that much.
We're losing the signal. Try boosting the power.
Isn't that the president?
They came out of nowhere! Tyrannoid invasion force! Presidential compound has been breached! Cannot hold out much longer here.
Mr. President! Dad! Are you there?
Dad?
Robotic citizens of the Solana Galaxy, the hour of your liberation is at hand! Too long have we robots suffered under the bigotry, the stupidity, the squishiness and foul stench of organic life forms. Soon, all robots will bask in the liberty and equality of my benevolent, iron-fisted rule. And as for you filthy organic life forms, you can look forward to being disintegrated. That's all for now.
Plot a course from Arcadia. Maximum speed. Prepare the dropship for planetary assault. We're going in.
We'll see you on Arcadia.
And thus, with that introduction, the series introduces one of its favorite bad guys, Dr. Nefarious. So, although the sad thing is, I like Nefarious, but they almost use him too much. You know what I mean? In the franchise, like they almost use no one else, so they never create new bad guys, or if they do, they're not as memorable. So, I know sometimes the Scrunch the monkey can find himself out in the bridge every once in a while, but right now he's not here. I think I have to wait for the plot to change before that, so I can always do those eventually. So.
To view your current missions, select the missions menu from the pause screen.
Alright, well, looks like, let's see, is the... Oh yeah, can I buy, let's see if I have enough ammo, or, do I shoot? I want to see, I could buy a set of armor or buy weapons. Well, armor doesn't upgrade, and as long as you're a good enough player, you can avoid that, so, oh, I don't have enough for, I might buy the suck cannon. Yeah, let's go and do that. Oh, but you get a, might wait to do that too when we get to a certain part of the game where I can get the discounts. So, alright, well, I'll figure that out eventually if I want to move them. It's usually at a very specific part of the game where you want to move your saves over for that. So,
You can upgrade your starfighter systems at this console.
ooh, those also cost bolts though too, but I don't need to do it right now. But I think there's it's either skill point. I think it's a skill point for upgrading your ship completely. So. Well, all right. Looks like our journey to our quarters has met with some interesting stuff, gained some training, and now we must head on to Arcadia to save the president. Are we a bad enough dude to save the president? Find out next time in the next episode of Ratchet and Clank: Up Your Arsenal. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.